Well, you can really tell that when you get it home. That's the beauty of it. We're going to talk now about that brand new sterling silver two-tone heart-shaped locket necklace. Very sweet, very romantic, and I love, Danny, thank you. You even included the chain, and the chain is really nice. It's a box chain, 18 inches, with a lobster claw clasp. All those things are more expensive to be able to provide you, and then to give us a locket in the center, that traditional heart locket. Which is three-dimensional, as you'll see. That Bombayed center is 14 karat yellow gold plating over the sterling silver, surrounded by ribbed sterling silver. And look at the detail, even applies to the bail on this. So you could slide this off if you wanted to slide it off and put it on a chain or a leather thong or a longer chain.
Oh my God, Pat, I can probably talk about this new locket pendant until the rest of the show, because you're going to hear something. I'm going to tell you something that's going to be a little shock. In the 18th year of Orpaz, this is our first locket pendant.
It is?
I don't know how and why. I never done locket before. So I wanted to do something that is going to be very special. Now, first of all, I love hearts. Besides the fact that I'm very romantic, 5 children, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to fit all the kids on the locket. It was not easy. I brought my wife to Shirley. This locket with the photos. It's a shame I didn't bring it. She's wearing it. With the photo of all the 5 of them.
Aww.
So it's very cool. But I don't know if we can open it after. But
yes, I'm taking mine off.
I love the fact that we did it in a heart shape. Heart is the trendiest shape for 2025, ladies. So this is the trendiest you can go. And for me, locket, I know usually it's done in like a oval shape, but for me to have it in a heart shape, it's something that it's fresh, and it also really makes sense. I also love the fact that we did it in a contrast of 2 different textures and 2 different colors. So we have outside like this, we call it like the bark texture or sunray texture. And then in the center, we casted separately the golden part, which has like high polish, maybe slightly hammered to give it like the character, and we solder the 2 parts together. So, that's a great shot. Thank you so much. So here you can see the locket. I have to send you. I'll put on Facebook later on the photo with all my 5 children fitting in this beautiful locket. But for me, locket, it's something that it's a great gift idea, or for you, something that it's very personal. You can wear it also to the other side if you want to have more like a hard silver presence. You see, you're getting a lot of silver. I don't know how we did this price, by the way. It doesn't seem right, especially because it comes with a solid round box chain.
Yes.
That today is so expensive. You probably pay just for the chain.
Just for the
around
chain.
$70. But it's really a brand new, fresh look. I love this locket.
I love this locket too. Let me ask, 4 boys and a girl?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I remembered right. And your youngest is the girl,
very
right?
Good. I have my princess, a year and a half years old, and she's so funny now. She's already starting to be the boss of her brothers, which is very funny to see in such a young age.
I love it. I love it. And I bet they just absolutely adore her most of the time.
And they all do what she's telling them. This is very funny. My 22 years old, she tells him what to do, and he brings her right away.
I love it. Well, that's because you have really good kids, Danny. You have a beautiful family. I love that you put the picture in here, but this, you could put a love note in here if you want to. When I look at this, Danny, this has no age. This is ageless. This is something that you could give to your granddaughter who's getting her very first precious pieces of jewelry. Maybe she's going into high school for the very first time, and you want to put a little note in there of encouragement, or you want a picture of, something to give her confidence. Maybe you're giving this as a sympathy gift to someone who maybe lost a pet. And this way they could carry around a little bit of the hair or a little bit of, a picture of them inside. Maybe it's a romantic gift. Maybe you have a son who's dating a young lady and you're thinking, well, it's not yet time for the ring, something very romantic, or you buy it for yourself. I mean, lockets are something that I think the rite of passage of a young girl is a locket. Without a doubt. And you're right, most of them are oval. I remember I had an oval that when you opened it up, it was a clock or a watch on the inside. And I wore that and wore that. I can tell you exactly where the jewelry box is in the house. Of all of that kind of jewelry that I wore when I was in high school and everything. I don't know if it still works, but you know, it's that kind of timeless, beautiful piece.
Yes, and again, I don't know how we've never done it before, but I love
Oh, we're
the
glad
fact
you
that
did
we
it now.
waited, and I love the fact that we did it in a very updated look with the two-tone,
Yes.
with the multi-textures, even the size. You know, it's not too big, it's not too small. I love the hinge mechanism. Ladies, works perfectly. We tested and tried every one of them, so it's very easy to open it, and then it's going to stay safe and secure.
Yeah, I didn't close it. I wanted to leave it open so that I could pop it open. And you see there's a well in there, so you could definitely put something inside there if you wanted to go ahead and put something inside there. Maybe this is what you give as the push gift, you know, for the birth of a new baby. You know, we have lots of jewelry, as you well know, Danny. You brought us lots of beautiful jewelry. But when it has meaning and there's something behind it, and it represents graduation, or represents retirement, or it represents, you know, the blessings that you have in your life, your children, your grandchildren, you know, it makes it that much more special. And the idea that it's two-tone, so you could buy this for anyone and you could wear it with anything. You don't have to worry, you know, does she wear, maybe her wedding set is gold. You know, maybe she primarily wears gold, or she just wears silver. This kind of bridges that gap beautifully. And it's also a good size, Danny. It's not too large.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And in that sense, Pat, I'm like you. I'm a little bit of an old-fashioned in that sense that, you know, for me, jewelry really represent a moment. It represents something that is more special. And I know that today it's more trendy, you know, to buy a new iPhone or a new gadget as a gift. But when you give someone this type of present, a locket, it means so much more than you know, just a gadget that
Exactly.
in 2 years is going to be not relevant.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm going to turn it just so you could also see the size of the bail. I just loved it. This is so Orpaz. I mean, if you wanted to, you could turn around and wear it the other way. That organic texture that you always capture so beautifully. But think about it. How much would you pay for an 18-inch? And it's about a 16th of an inch in your box chain, but a box chain is perfect. It's not too thin. Sometimes, you know, no matter whose collection is, you get a chain and it's so thin and fine, it gets a knot the very first time you lay it down, and you're just like, oh, I'm afraid to wear it. You won't be afraid to wear this at all. It's absolutely beautiful. So what are we going to put on the inside? Jerry just came back from a nice vacation. Maybe it's sand, you know, from that beach vacation, white sand, or your honeymoon, a little bit of sand in there, whatever the case may be. But if you are looking for a way to say I love you, you found it right here. Really, really awesome. Well over 100 of you have dialed in for that. That's an amazing, amazing piece. Put it in the cart. Go ahead and check out